Hello and welcome to the Battle Books live chat. Battle Books is a week-long readathon which is from midnight on a Monday to 11:59 p.m. on a Sunday in whatever time zone you are in. Battle Books is low pressure, meaning all you have to do is read, have fun, and meet new people. Find us at our website, battlebooks.blogspot.com. If you're watching the replay on this, we will have a link below the video, or on Twitter at @BattleBooks, or with the hashtag #BattleBooks. It runs every January, May, and August, and it's hosted by Amanda at On a Bookbender, that's me, and Kelly at Reading the Paranormal. And we are going to introduce ourselves really quick. I'm going to let Kelly go first, and then I will answer, or I will share information about myself. And then we've got some questions to answer real quick. But I'll let Kelly take it away.
Yeah. Okay. I'm Kelly at Reading the Paranormal. I'm also Kelly Rubidoux and Kelly Apple because I write books, and Rubidoux is not the easiest name to spell. So I'm Kelly Apple. Also happens to be one of my best friend's last names, so, you know, hey. Shout out to the people who have supported me. You can find me at Reading the Paranormal, and I'm at Soul Swallow on Twitter, and kellyapple.com.
All right. I am Amanda at On a Bookbender. You can find me at onabookbender.com for bookblogging. I am also releasing my first fiction book this week sometime, and you can find more information about that at amandashofner.com. I think that's really all you need to know about me. Kelly and I both run Battle Books. We are your hosts. We are the people behind at Battle Books. And so we have a few prepared questions to answer.
We're the people behind the Twitter handle. So every time you are talking to us, it's one of us you're talking to.
Yes. And sometimes it's both. No. Okay, so we have a few prepared questions to answer, and then we'll be taking your questions. So if you're on the Google Plus page, and being on the Google Plus page is probably the best place to be, all you have to do, you push play, and then a screen will pop up, and you should have the question and answer box on the right side of the page. That's where you ask questions. So you can ask us anything. We're going to talk about some Battle Books, common Battle Books questions, but you can ask us anything about Battle Books, about reading books, writing, I don't know, personal
tentacles,
questions.
Naked werewolves,
whatever you want.
Anything.
Ask us questions. And we are also using the hashtag BattleBooksLive, and Kelly is monitoring that.
Kind of.
So
no, I really am. I'm just kidding. I'm watching it.
So you can ask your questions there. You can ask your questions on the Q&A. I'm in charge of the Q&A. And let's see. Oh, remember, there's about a 30-second to 1 minute time delay. So we are like, it's future. This is future us. I don't know. Anyways. If you have a question, ask it right away. Don't wait. Don't wait. Just throw it up there. Ask us anything. Yes. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is the difference between @BattleBooks and #BattleBooks, because this is something that we see often, and I'm going to share my screen really quickly. And we'll kind of talk about the difference. Okay, so if you look at this is like ground zero when it comes to Battle Books. I've got the hashtag Battle Books, and I've got all the mentions. So the mentions, that goes to me and Kelly. We see those, no one else sees those, and then you have hashtag Battle Books, and hashtag Battle Books is like a search. So you search for anyone tweeting about books. And the reason that we ask you not to use @books when you're doing general updates is because when there are over 1,000 people tweeting, that adds up really fast. I mean, if you can see people tweeting with the hashtag #books right now, and it's going really fast. So the thing is, we don't want to have to scroll through all these tweets every time we need to answer a question. So hashtag with #books. That is one thing that we really ask you to do. So I don't think there are any questions on that, but next I want to talk about sign up, because sign up closes tonight. So if you know anyone who wants to join, share the sign up with them. But you can sign up anywhere. You can sign up on a blog. You can sign up on Twitter. You can sign up with YouTube, Facebook, and Google+, as long as it's public. And I think we want to make sure that you sign up and declare your intentions to join. So you say, I am participating in hashtag #books. And there are a couple of reasons why we ask you to do this. One, when you share that you're joining #books, it lets other people know about the readathon, and so you get more people. That's part of the reason why we have so many people. And when you declare your intentions to join, it also helps us find that sign-up post when we verify the grand prize winner. And I sure hope that you all are signed up. You've entered to win the grand prize. But we also say that we need the direct post. So if you had a blog post a month ago saying you were participating in #books, we're not going to scroll through a month's worth of blog posts to find you. Okay? So if you look at, I'm showing Kelly's lovely example here. And so this is an example of a direct link for a blog post. You see the link here. It's not just paranormalbookreviews-kelly.blogspot, which is her homepage, but it's the actual post. This is my tweet, right? So you see it goes to a specific tweet, not just my homepage. And then here's a YouTube page. This is Casey at the Book Angel. She has a link that goes directly to her YouTube. Okay, so we want a link that goes to your actual I'm participating in #books post. And if you want to check, it's really easy. Go to the sign up page. If you're on a PC, you do Control-F, right? You enter the name that you used. I did Amanda on a bookbender. There I am. You can see this little trash can icon that lets you know you can delete your entry in case it's the wrong one, and then I can click on it and it goes directly to my tweet. That's all you have to do. Because we have over 1,000 people, we can't confirm everyone's sign up, so you have to be in charge of that yourself. And again, if you have questions, ask us in the question, tweet out using the hashtag #BoutABooksLive. We are here. We are ready to answer your questions. I am going to throw it over to Kelly because she's next. Go, Kelly.
I am next. Okay. I am going to talk a bit about the daily link ups. The way this works is that you are linking up your progress from the previous day. So day 2, which is what we're on currently, you should be linking up your progress for day 1. Sounds pretty simple, right? Right. So. Oh, I lost my train of thought. This happens often with me. Don't be alarmed. Basically, the same thing with sign up. You can post your daily link up anywhere as long as it's public. So we're talking Google Plus, which is what I'm using because I'm trying to use Google Plus more. Twitter, Facebook, your blog, anywhere you do it, you just want to have your direct link in the linky. I'm not sure. Do we have anything else? I mean, it's just you're with the daily link ups, the big thing is to remember that you're posting your previous day's accomplishments. So whether you read your 200 pages, your 30,000 books, I'm just kidding about that.
Your 0 pages.
Yeah, your 0 pages, whatever it is, that's what you're going to link up. So speaking of which, we're going to look at goals for a second too. We have a frequently asked questions page on our website, and one of the big questions we get a lot is, what goals can you have? You can literally do anything. Some people, oh God, I pulled myself up and now I'm watching myself talk. That's not fun. Your goals can be anything. You can change them midway through. We're not so strict that we're going to say whatever goals you picked prior to the readathon starting when you didn't know what was going to be happening in real life in this week are what you have to stick to. So please, if your goals are not working for you, change them. Okay? Your goals can be anything from how many books you want to read per day, what type of books you want to read, blog hopping and commenting. It could be joining the Twitter chats. It could be getting yourself jailed in the Twitter chats. Amanda.
Me.
Which she didn't do yesterday. Who's upset about that? Yeah.
Everyone's upset.
So goals can be literally anything that has to do with reading and the readathon. Okay? Now, the one thing about goals is, hold on, I've got to pull up the page because I'm not as prepared as Amanda. That's why she's the big boss. Mm-hmm. The day 1 post is where we link our goals post for the day, for the entire readathon. So you might have already linked them, and hopefully you already have at this point because day 1 is past and we're on day 2. But any questions you have about goals, feel free to ask. But the big thing you need to remember is no goals are set in stone. You can make them whatever you want. You can change them whenever you want. The whole idea here is to read and have fun. So don't get so caught up in what you expected to get done that you stop having fun.
Yay, we're starting to get some questions. Okay, so I am going to answer some of the specific Bound of Books questions. We have some writing questions I saw. I saw a series question. So I am going to address the Bound of Books. So the first one here is, can the daily update link be from one blog post that you'd like to update throughout the readathon? Yes. Doesn't really matter where you're updating. It can be one specific post. You can update daily. Doesn't matter. Just update. Update, link it, use the same name throughout. So if you signed up with your blog but you want to update with Twitter, that's fine. Just make sure you're using the same name. So like I would use Amanda on a Bookbender whether I'm updating on my blog or with Twitter or whatever else.
I'm nodding enthusiastically to everything she's saying, even though you guys can't see me. Well, now you can, but you get the point.
Okay, so Lisa asked, how did Amanda manage to not get jailed during the Twitter chat? Because it was actually moving so fast. Normally I get myself stuck in Twitter jail by retweeting, and because it was moving so fast, I couldn't retweet. Anyways, next time, there's Wednesday, I will bring wine. So maybe that will help. Or not. Or maybe it'll just be amusing. I don't know. Let's see. Sharon asks, how many books have each of you read so far in Bout of Books? I've read nothing. Yesterday I worked, I did Bout of Book stuff, and I did not get to reading. So I'm at 0. Kelly, what about you?
I've read 3.
Okay. There you go. Kelly reads for me a lot of time. She makes sure I've got my word or my word count. She makes sure I've got my book count up.
I make sure you get your word count too. So.
All right. Kimberly Jones asks, what made you start Bout of Books? I had participated in like a 12-hour readathon when I first started blogging, and I really liked reading with other people and tweeting with them, and that was really great. And so in August of 2011, I was like, hey, I'm just finished with school. I've got nothing to do. I want to read with people. And I tweeted out, does anyone know of any readathons, or should I start my own? And there weren't any readathons, so I started my own, and thus Bout of Books was born.
I remember those days.
I used to have a link to that tweet too, but I have no idea where it went. You know, it's somewhere buried in my 60,000 tweets. Okay, so we have somewhere. Kelly, do you have any questions from the hashtag?
No, not right now.
Okay. Should we tackle other questions?
Sure.
All right. Let's do. Okay, so we have 2 questions from Jessica Bradley. The first one that she asks is, what is your favorite series? Kelly, do you want to answer that first, or do you want me to give you some time?
I read so much that I have a really hard time choosing, as I'm sure a lot of readers do. I am absolutely in love with the El Doresa series by Thea Harrison. Kelly Armstrong's books, Women of the Other World. Gosh, I don't know if you can see my bookcase over here, but it's double stacked in there. So I keep looking back at it like, oh, what are my favorites? I don't know. I just love reading, and as I'm sure everybody who's here at Bout of Books does, but favorites, that's so hard.
Yeah, and for me, I just posted about how romance has kind of ruined the series for me. Like, I like couples whose story starts and ends with one book. That's kind of like my thing. So like right now, I like Tess Adair's Spindle Cove series. Well, anything by Tess Adair, anything by probably Julia Quinn, Sarah McLean. Those would be my favorite authors who write very good series.
Wow,
so I'm going to go with that answer.
In a shocking twist there, all those were historical books.
Yeah, I'm on my great historical romance bender. Let's see, I'm going to grab, on that note, we're going to answer Jessica Bradley's second question, which is what genres of books do each of you read? Right now, I'm reading a lot of historical romance. But I read just about anything. I do a lot of, or I used to do a lot of paranormal, young adult, mystery, I don't know, whatever. Whatever sounds good at the moment. Right now, that's historical romance. Oops. I'm getting wild with my hands.
She is. Amanda's a hand talker. But so am I. So I read pretty much anything. Except for I don't read nonfiction really, but urban fantasy, paranormal romance, monster erotica, which I write, so kind of read it because, you know, gotta know what's up. YA, I read almost anything. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab. Let's see. The Pastel Ghost asks, how do both of your writing processes go? How often do you write? Kelly, do you want to tackle that, or should I first?
You can go first.
Okay, well, I'm going to do the how often do I write first because I think that one's a little easier. I basically write was Monday through Friday, and I take the weekends off. So I try to write every single day just because writing is more like a habit that you develop. It's not just this magical inspiration that rains down upon you, and that's when you
Speak
write.
for yourself. No, I'm just kidding, guys. She's right.
No, it's something that you have to practice every single day, and I think of it like running. So if you've ever tried to run like a 5K, you can't go out and run 3 miles right away. You have to do training. You have to start off not even running a mile, and you just keep going and keep going. And so how do both of your writing processes go? I think it's a continual process of learning how I write and what works better, and writing a lot of crap and learning what works, learning what doesn't, and sometimes it's really frustrating, sometimes it drives me crazy, sometimes I absolutely love creating stories. So it's all over. It's a roller coaster of awesomeness and sometimes of Kelly, help me. I think everything is terrible. And then Kelly's like, you're fine, shut up.
That's pretty much exactly how our conversations go. And sometimes it's exactly the opposite. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, Amanda. You need to come fix things for me. And she's like, just go write. And I'm like, okay. But my process is very similar to Amanda's in that I try to write every day. I've taken a week or two off recently for a bunch of different reasons. Part of them is getting ready for Battle Books. There's other stuff in there too. It's not just Battle Books because we have this pretty streamlined now. But yeah, writing every day. Usually I get like a story idea and I'll let it kind of germinate, and suddenly I have the opening scene, and I'll sit down and write it, and if it grabs me, I'll keep writing on it. If not, I won't.
All right, we good on that question?
Yes.
Do we have any questions from the hashtag? I don't think so. Has the hashtag been quiet?
Sharon just likes that you do historical romance. Yay!
Yes, if you ever want other recommendations on historical romance, talk to Sharon. She has a lot of good recommendations. So we have one question here that has 3 +1s, so we're going to tackle that one next from Nadia. She asks, what do you recommend, plans, etc. for Battle Books newbies? Aha! I think this is a good question for us to kind of slide into some of our reminders and words of wisdom. I think that the ultimate goal of Battle Books is to have fun and to read, obviously, because it's a readathon, and just meet other people. And so if you're new and you don't really know how much you can accomplish or what you want to do really simple goals. My goals are have fun, read, and jail myself, which I haven't done yet, but, So as long as I'm having fun, as long as I'm reading, I'm succeeding at Battle Books. So I would just take it easy, focus on having fun versus I must meet all my goals.
And to piggyback on what she's saying, it's not a competition between you and others. And that, I think, is a very easy trap to fall into because you see, I read 3 books yesterday. Amanda could very easily say, but I didn't read any. But you know what? She was doing other things. And I stayed up until really late last night. And I'm kind of tired today. So, that's the price you pay. But don't compare yourself to others. People read faster. People read slower. Real life happens. Things happen. So don't compare yourself to others, period. You're you.
And like I said, I read nothing yesterday, and that actually is pretty typical for me on the first day of Battle Books, just because It's crazy. There's a Twitter chat. I'm answering questions, and then usually by that time I'm ready to just take a break. So just listen to yourself. If real life pops up, that's okay. It's real life. You got to take care of it. It's fine. We're here when you want to chat or whatever, and just don't worry about it. Just have fun.
And I like to say, if you're reading, you haven't failed at this readathon. Doesn't matter if you hit your goals. If you're reading, you have not failed.
Yes, yes. Flailing, not failing. We don't fail out of books. It's impossible to fail out of books, and so we flail instead because we're so excited about reading. Flail, not fail. All right. Let's get Christina's question. What are some underrated books that you would recommend to us?
I like anything by Jodie Redford. She's just a fun lady, and I also really get her. But I don't have any of the book titles off the top of my head because my brain just fell out. But Jodie Redford, Moira Rogers, these are all paranormal romance and some contemporary romance in there. Really, really gritty, like dystopian, adult dystopian, because it's really, really sexy books, are Kit Rocha, love her stuff, their stuff. It's a writing duo who does that, the same people who do Moira Rogers. I recommend all those authors. They are fabulous.
I'm trying to think of some, but I've been reading some really mainstream books lately as I go through my historical romance bender. So, can we recommend our own books? That's yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, moving on. All right, so Lisa asks, do you have any suggestions for improving social media presence and interactions with others? The first thing that comes to mind here is just jump in. I think a lot of people get really nervous about responding to people on Twitter, but don't just tweet out and expect people to respond to you. And I'm going to speak a lot more to Twitter because I think that's where a lot of book bloggers and readers are. They're on Twitter. They're not necessarily on Facebook, and so I think when I look for book recommendations or I want to go interact with people, I'm going to go to Twitter. So I'm just going to speak Twitter specifically. But just jump into conversations, respond to people. Don't sit back and wait for people to respond to you. I know that I've started using Buffer, and so I like to tweet out posts that I've read and really liked. So not my own posts, although I tweet those too, obviously. But I like to share posts that I've read and enjoyed with other people, and I like to tag people, and so you kind of, like, hey, it's not just that I liked your post, but that I liked your post and I'm sharing it, and I think that helps to build interactions with others, and it lets them know that you're there and you're reading, even if you don't necessarily leave a comment on their blog. Another thing, too, if you can also schedule time. You can say, I'm going to go on Twitter and I'm going to interact with people for 15 minutes every day. And that can help you interact with others. So, and then also you might not get stuck in the huge time suck that there is if you, like, leave it up and watch it throughout the day. Kelly, do you have anything to add?
No, you got it all. You're good.
Boom. I got it. Okay. So if you have questions, come on.
There's one more question there.
We've got one more question. So let's keep going. I'm like dancing. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, people.
I don't know what that is either. So for those of you who are wondering, Amanda and I we do a lot of stuff together, so we we talk to each other all day long, whether it's in private groups or we chat with one another on like these sort of hangouts all the time. In fact, Google Plus is how these specific Google Plus hangouts are how we planned a lot of About a Books. We sit down together and we will hash things out and get them done. So when we start getting snarky with one another, it's done out of love.
Yes. Okay, so we have a question. How do we feel that we have over 1,000 signups?
Flabbergasted.
Yeah, I think that silence right there, that pause, that's how we feel. It's kind of, we're a little speechless. We know, you guys let us know all the time how much you love About a Books, and we love hearing that. And so we know you love it, but I think it just kind of snowballs because you guys are tweeting about it, you're posting about it, you're on YouTube, and you're talking about it, and everyone else sees that, and they want in too. And so I knew after the last About a Books that we were going to hit 1,000, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be this one or in August, but I knew it was going to happen. And I think it's pretty amazing. Kelly, you have anything to add?
I'm boggled by it that we have this many people here, and just want to say thank you to everybody who has shown up and who has done what they can to make this a really awesome readathon. So thank you.
Okay, and remember, so we've got one question, but keep the questions coming. You can ask us anything. How are we doing on time? It's about half
a little after, yeah.
So we can go all the way to the hour, or we're just going to keep answering your questions. So make sure you get them in. There is a time delay, so you have to make sure and get them in right away. Don't wait, because otherwise we'll be like, okay, we're going now, and then a question will pop up, and then it won't be answered. So make sure you get them. So Claire Rose says, sorry, this has already been asked, only just joined the chat, but I don't see any. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to grab Jessica Bradley's first. Do you participate in other readathons throughout the year? If so, which ones? I actually don't participate in any other readathons just because...
because this one takes all of our energy.
That's kind of how it is, but so readathons aside, I do participate in Blogiesta, and for those who don't know about Blogiesta, it's a blogging fiesta, kind of like a blogging marathon where you take care of your blog and you learn things, and I've hosted mini challenges for Blogiesta, and that's
She's actually hosted many challenges. Okay, go on.
I actually did one on Google Plus last time. I'm doing one on Storify in July, and so if you're looking for another way to meet bloggers, Blogiesta is a great way to do it and give your blog some necessary work, because think about those review archives and stuff that you put off for a really long time. That's when you really...
Wait. Some of us don't put off our review archiving. Some of us are on top of it.
Okay, well, the rest of us. The real people.
What? I'm real.
The other one that I want to talk about is, it's not a readathon, it's a review-a-thon that the Book of Vixen puts on. And she runs those, I think they're every month, and she's got one coming up right after About a Books. I think it's the 23rd and the 24th, and she's got sign-ups go up on Friday. So if you have a lot of books you've read, maybe during About a Books, and you're a little behind on reviews, that's another way of getting stuff done. And also, yeah, and talking with other people. Although I do know that Dewey's, the 24-hour readathon, is really popular. I like my sleep, and so I'm not really good with reading. I feel like I just fall asleep. I'd be like, oops, fell asleep.
We've also hosted a 12-hour readathon before. Amanda and I have.
Yes, and that's like an
non-books.
entirely different beast, I think.
Absolutely.
All right, if you have any other readathons that you absolutely love that you participate throughout the year, put them in the question box, and we'll talk about them, or we'll say this is what it is. Give us as much detail as you can, name, maybe who hosts it, and when it is, and we'll talk about it in case you're looking for other readathons. All right, so Claire Rose talks about if this is... Have we talked about tips for first-time readathon participants? Yes, we did answer this, but this is just a good reminder. Focus on having fun. Don't worry about absolutely meeting your goals. It's not about goals. It's about reading and having fun and meeting with everyone else, because that's really why I started. I just wanted to read with other people. That's what it's about.
That's not true. She just wanted to know me better. I can tell. But then I think that everybody joined the readathon just for me. Right, Amanda? I'm kidding, guys. I don't
Sure. No problem. All right. Do we have any other questions? Anything on the hashtag?
No, we're good.
Let me make sure that I don't have anything else to say. We'll give people a little bit of time. Is there anything on the Google Plus page?
No.
Okay. Well, then let's kind of wrap it up with what's coming up. And things that you need to know, right? So
sure.
If you have
you didn't prep me on this. Wait a second.
I'm ad-libbing. I'm going off script. No, this is just kind of we're wrapping it up. So if you here we got a question. Okay. I'll tackle this question. No, Kelly. I'm gonna talk about like the schedule at the end.
The schedule?
Yeah, what's coming up.
Okay.
All right. Where is your favorite place to read? Taylor asks.
My favorite place to read is anywhere. I read at work. I read at my computer. I read in bed. I read anywhere.
I generally end up reading in my bed or on a couch. I've tried to read in front of my computer, but it doesn't work because I always get stuck in Twitter or something.
I was going to say talking to me on Twitter.
Yep. All right. Nadia says, Dewey's 24-hour readathon, next one is in October, and they read for the weekend pretty much and chat on Twitter. Yes, I think when I started About the Books, the idea of having a week-long readathon wasn't all that common. I think there was maybe one or two other ones, and most of them, you think about readathon, it was Dewey's 24-hour readathon. So yes, next one is in October. We will have another bout of books before then. We have one in August, so you know. All right, so let's talk about schedule, what's coming up. We have another Twitter chat on Wednesday. That's tomorrow, and that's hosted by Kelly. And because it's Wednesday, I will have wine because it's hashtag Wine Wednesday.
You did not just hashtag us. What was that?
Hashtag Wine Wednesday. Anyways, and that's at 8 p.m. Central Time. So that's 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Right. Claire Rose asks, going off Taylor's question, which fictional place would you most like to read in?
Oh, you're making me think. I don't know.
I think I would want to go. So because I do a lot of the historical romance, and historical romance Regency. I want to go in one of those like massive libraries. I want to read in one of those. I want to go there.
Good answer. I like it. I'm just gonna sit next to you and read the whole time.
Oh, you're just gonna steal my answer.
Darn right I am. I don't know.
Okay then.
I don't know where I'd go. I can read anywhere, except maybe.
I think a lot of like the paranormal worlds are like really awesome, but I wouldn't necessarily want to be there or go there or anything. I just want to read about them. I don't want to be in them. Okay. So then, other than the Wednesday chat, we have a Saturday morning, or morning for the U.S. anyways. It's at it's at 10 a.m. Central. That's 11 Eastern and 8 a.m. and 8 a.m. for Pacific. Sorry, guys on the West Coast. When we originally created the Twitter chat schedule, we tried to make sure that we had times that everyone, because we are a worldwide readathon, and so we want to make sure that we have times that are useful for everyone. So really the Saturday morning one, that's more so we can get people on the other side of the world, kind of.
We do have a question on Twitter. Lisa is asking, is there going to be a themed readathon?
Bout a Book will never be.
Yeah. We want to have as many people as possible. So no themed readathon for Bout of Books. Who knows in the future if we decide to do something else, although with as much as we put into this, I doubt we'll be creating another readathon anytime soon. No, I'm just going to keep this one going strong.
Right, and I think part of the reason why so many love Bout of Books is just because anyone can participate. You know, you can read any book you want. You can meet people, you can find new recommendations, you can find other people who read the same books as you, and we actually, when we choose challenge hosts, we make sure that their challenge can apply to anyone. So that's why we don't do a lot of cover challenges, because usually cover challenges you have to do on specific genre, and so yeah, no themes, no nothing. All right, should we answer this? What's one book you read that everyone else loved but you hated? Do you have one? Do we want to admit to this?
You know what? Okay, so here's my thing. As somebody who writes books, I wouldn't want to come out. I try to respect the work of the author, because every book is somebody's baby, no matter what. I mean, I write monster erotica, and even those, you know, I don't put myself into them, but like everything I write trying to write the best I can. So to just, I don't know if I have an answer for this, because I tend to, I know what you're asking, but I don't know that I have an answer. Amanda?
Well, I won't say that there really hasn't ever been a book that I absolutely hated. I'm just going to put that out there, because I think I'd probably just not read it or whatever. But I know there are really popular books that I just didn't necessarily see the hype, or I understood the hype, but I wasn't part of that group. I guess I would say The Perks of Being a Wallflower would be one. I know that a lot of people love it, but just wasn't a book for me.
I've actually had hype ruin a book for me, where everybody was very, very excited about it, and I went in to read it, and I just never connected with it because I was expecting so much from it. And I honestly, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but there are books like that hate is such a strong word.
Yes.
I think that's where I'm stumbling over.
And I would just say that I did not like as much as everyone else. I think that's how I'm going to answer that. So I don't hate. We don't hate here at Bottom Books. We love.
That's right. We love.
We moderately like. You know, whatever.
Yeah. Although I will say we've also read some monster erotica. We do read questionable erotica, Amanda and I do.
Well, that I don't know, but nobody else like absolutely loves that. So,
yeah.
Okay, are we finished with that one?
I think so. I don't have a good answer. I'm so sorry.
All right. Mandy asks, who is your favorite male and female protagonist?
I'm going to go back to one of my favorite series is the Elder Races series, and I love Dragos and Pia. They are very fun.
I don't even know how to answer this question. No, don't know. I don't have an answer.
We've lost her. I keep looking at my bookcase like, what? Who else? Who else? I don't know. I honestly, I just, there's so many great characters out there. So.
Yes. I will say too, okay, I do like, back to historical romance, I do like the female characters who like buck tradition and who are smarter than average, or just really intelligent in an age where intelligence in women was kind of frowned upon or not really liked. So I really like female characters like that. So I'll put it that way. All right. Oh, Alima says, sorry, didn't mean hate, just basically didn't live up to the hype. Yeah. That's how we answered. So go us. All right, if you have any more questions, I mean, we still have a few more minutes. If you liked this live chat, let us know. I don't think we'll be doing another one this time, but we can do one in the next Twitter chat, or the next Twitter chat.
No, not the next Twitter chat. No.
We can do one in the next readathon in August, and if you want to know the specific dates, because I don't have it off the top of my head, you can go to bowtofbooks.blogspot.com and look at the schedule page, look at the about page. We have all the information there. You can find it. I promise. It's there.
But I will tell you that it's going to be August 18th through the 24th.
Okay, it's August 18th. That's kind of what I thought, but I don't want to throw out random.
Just random numbers.
Well, okay, I know that it's always the first week in January, the second week in May, and the third week in August. It's very easy.
Yes.
It usually coincides with either breaks from like college, so like I know there were a lot of people talking about finals, and hopefully like in August it's right before you go back. Yes, so we talked about the Wednesday chat, the Saturday chat. We've got challenges every day. We've got 2 going on today. Final thoughts, Kelly?
Just thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody who's joined us and who is having fun reading.
Yes. Flailing, not failing. Go
out.
Have fun. You can't fail Bout of Books. You just can't. All right. So on that note, I think we're just going to say goodbye. And
bye, everybody.
Thank you for joining our first ever Bout of Books live chat. If you liked it, let us know. Tweet it out. Put it on our events page. Whatever. Let us know. We can do another one if you want to. So, yes. Bye.